We are a speck in the middle of a cosmic void, occupying what we call Earth. He convinced Voyager to turn its camera back towards Earth, and it was basically amounts to Earth's first ever selfie. And that picture was taken, and there was these pale blue dots sitting in this.
Well, first of all, we've detected 500 of these bursts of radio radiation. Most of them are irregular. They burst once in a millisecond, and then they're gone forever.
Voyager 1 has found 500 undiscovered objects in space during the past 5 years. Currently, Voyager 1 is traveling the interstellar medium, delving into regions inaccessible to terrestrial observatories and uncovering mysteries that will astound us. Yes, the result of countless brilliant brains worldwide. The creation of laboratories. All along, Voyager 1 has served as a message to the uncharted territory of space. Our eyes are open to the incredible treasures of the world by this engineering marvel. Neil deGrasse Tyson just verified that Voyager has found 500 unidentified objects drifting across space. As soon as scientists began analyzing the data collected by Voyager 1, they were astonished to hear this news. A bizarre formation appears on the horizon, and even the most accomplished scientists are baffled by this seething enigma. Several theories have been put out in an attempt to provide a realistic image that would explain the riddle ever since Neil deGrasse Tyson verified the discovery. Scientists will doubt the veracity of any unusual information that has just been delivered from space by another spacecraft. However, we are discussing Voyager, a spacecraft that has outperformed our predictions during its nearly 50 years in orbit. Based on historical findings, Voyager 1 outlived scientists' expectations and stayed almost 45 years in space, much like a cancer patient. The fact that Voyager captured this inspiring tale so far from Earth is also the most intriguing aspect of it. Scientists discovered that the space probe was traveling at a speed of 14.5 billion miles per hour and had no intention of slowing down anytime soon when they last checked in with it. According to scientists, the probe's annual distance traveled is 3.6 times that of the Sun and Earth combined. Given that the probe will constantly travel more slowly as it spends more time in space, scientists may easily take this bill. Voyager 1 looks to be a unique target in this definition upon deeper examination, as evidenced by its most recent finding. As is the case with scientists on a daily basis, Voyager 1 delivers memorable and thrilling news. Voyager 1 discovers several enigmatic space-traveling items. Because the finding was unplanned, astronomers were concerned when they saw reports of 500 unidentified objects that seemed to materialize out of nowhere. Scientists are rushing to discover an explanation to this idea that nature has offered to them, while in the next minute we are unaware of the existence of these things. Voyager 1 is the only one to blame for the problems facing scientists today. Several experts believe the discovery could have been an error when it first became public. They would send us the incorrect data back, since they believe that Voyager 1's age would rely on this. In light of the fact that Voyager 1 has been serving mankind for over 50 years, since its launch in 1977, this seems like a plausible answer, should we want to go further. All one can hope is that the plane's computer runs out of juice and starts acting up, cutting down on its functions and giving the ground crew bad signals. Despite how alluring this tale may seem, experts warn against visiting, since doing so would be a betrayal of Voyager's altruistic nature. Even with the difficult and uncharted terrain of space, Voyager 1 is still yielding insightful data about Earth. Unlike its twin Voyager 2, the space probe contains a dual redundant computer system that contributes to its endurance, despite the premature assumptions of skeptics. The Flight Data System and the Altitude and Articulation Control System are the two installed subsystems. This is the unidentified force that gives the spacecraft its unwavering spirit of perseverance and exploration. Redundancy makes it possible to replace systems without interruption and to bring dormant computer components back to life. Earth engineers devised a strategy to maximize the space probe's efficiency during construction of Voyager 1. This implies that hardwired logic is the detector's only option. Time and money are their only restraints here, so they have no chance. The electrical engineer determined that a straightforward wired logic design approach should be used for the device. Consequently, the 6 onboard processors of Voyager create a partition consisting of 3 dual channels. After solving this issue, system management presents researchers with still another formidable obstacle: create a continuous power management plan to get over this significant uncertainty. This is where things become a little bit simpler. Power management is necessary to control Voyager's computer system's capability. This is a challenging operation because the probe has limited power supplies. In this scenario, hunters are dispatched far into the forest to go on wild animal hunts armed only with knives. Scientists have devised a number of solutions to lessen and enhance the Voyager ship's power usage, though, in order to address the issue. Power selection for non-essential systems is an excellent illustration of these power management options available to designers. Due to the difficulty of this choice, engineers employed techniques to identify and remove any systems or equipment that did not contribute significantly to the overall metal target's main goal. A cursory glance at the heat produced by some appliances that need to be turned off provides evidence of this. The purpose of these heaters is to maintain the equipment's proper temperature so that it can operate or perform well. But with Voyager's power running out, the tale had to be rewritten with more power. Voyager's operational life will be prolonged and its humility will be compromised, a situation where everyone benefits. It's also important to keep in mind that stopping non-essential systems is not a choice that is made lightly. Since this is a preliminary investigation, the trade-offs between the research goals and the aircraft's energy savings must be carefully considered. All parties involved must work together to make such a choice. Emotions have no place in this situation. The facts are what count. The crew wants to maximize productivity while preserving the spacecraft's vital purpose so it can keep gathering important data about our planet continuously. When Voyager reveals long-kept mysteries and locations the world has been keeping hidden for decades, neither scientists nor innovators want anything to stand in their way. However, there are other ways NASA engineers may maintain Voyager's viability and effectiveness in orbit besides low-power solutions. For the benefit of the ship, they need to present another strong suit. Scientists and engineers should collaborate to create power management plans that can adjust to the aircraft's changing environment. For instance, Voyager 1 experiences a sharp drop in solar energy as it gets further from the Sun. We both concur that this is true. However, engineers are prepared to make the necessary adjustments to the aircraft's power usage to offset this mounting threat. Due to the fact that it guarantees the most efficient use of energy resources to support the rover's vital task and transmit data back to Earth, this modification is a positive effort by NASA specialists and scientists. It's interesting that the good news keeps coming. Power management technology is advancing, giving engineers enough opportunity to refine and maximize spaceship power systems throughout the year. Upon closer inspection, these breakthroughs include enhanced battery charging methods, increased power delivery, and advancements in power management and control. For engineers, pleasure may be achieved by adopting the energy management idea into their planning and thought processes. It made it possible for engineers to prolong the lives of Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, its twin spacecraft. Distribution and administration with caution of Voyager 1's energy resources allowed it to continue deep space exploration without worrying about running out of fuel. The aircraft is well researched, and its primary engines continue to function despite its advanced age, enabling it to continue transmitting critical data and giving troops on the ground useful information for as long as feasible. It is evident that this significant accomplishment merits celebration when we keep in mind that the ship's usable life was limited to 5 years. The exceptional performance of Voyager 1 is a result of the hard work and dedication of scientists and engineers. It's difficult not to be impressed by the commitment they make to keeping the airline operating smoothly. To maintain their planes operating at peak efficiency, they invest a great deal of effort in monitoring and researching space conditions. Though we applaud their efforts, we must remember that this is a hopeless situation. Without any prior notice, anything can occur. No matter how thoroughly we plan, unanticipated events will still happen. This category includes 500 freshly found unknown things. We knew what was going on down in space, but even so, we were unprepared for the awful news that Voyager 1 conveyed. From their vantage point, the scientists could only conclude that Voyager 1 was terrified to make a mistake, since it seemed as though the unidentified object was about to assault the detector. Everyone was quite worried after Voyager issued a severe warning to scientists. The scientific community proclaimed an informal situation while engineers and scientists worked out the solution to the problem at hand. The finding deviates from the canonical text. The only objects the Voyager spacecraft would encounter in space, on a good day, would be asteroids, space pebbles, and meteors. We can thus understand their astonishment when the Voyager spacecraft finds unusual things whose origins we are unable to locate anywhere in the catalog of locations we have been writing about for years. In a technical sense, we may argue that these unidentified things appear instantly. The fact that these events may potentially be headed in our way just adds to the confusion. However, in the next weeks, experts swiftly ruled out the chance that it would ever occur again. However, scientists had a more challenging task. They needed to provide an explanation for why Voyager returned such horrifying data. Scientists were quick to label whatever information they found about Voyager as a defect. According to researchers, this statement captures the essence of the observation field's issue the best. The public was alerted that there was no obvious method to pinpoint the issue, and that the signal had arrived unexpectedly. Voyager 1 started transmitting enigmatic signals back to Earth at that point. What shocked them even more was that the jet continued to react to directions from mission control, as if that wasn't already weird enough. How can these odd readings be explained? The only issue with this narrative is that communication is a little delayed, even though the ship always answers. The Voyager spacecraft's antenna was still aimed towards Earth to make sure it was receiving and carrying out the right directives, which surprised experts overall. Scientists are thrown into a flood of concern because they view this circumstance as nothing less than a miracle. Scientific explanations for this anomaly are needed, and more of them are focusing on how the spacecraft manages to transmit enigmatic data back to Earth while in functioning. There is no sense to this narrative. When researchers discover that fighting has no detrimental impacts, they remain perplexed. Given that the onboard system is intended to trigger upon detection of an abnormality, this is unexpected. These technologies are intended to safely direct aeroplanes, while enabling engineers to look into and fix issues. A separate narrative arises in this enigmatic situation, since Voyager 1 keeps operating normally and the security system is not activated. Engineers and scientists occasionally need to pinch themselves to make sure they're not dreaming. Scholars are stuck and unsure about what to do next. But the mystique behind this discovery quickly started to fade as researchers looked for further answers. When they eventually found the golden gate they were searching for, their efforts had finally paid off. Researchers discovered a connection between height and the Joint Control System, ACCS, regarding inequality. The Warumi incident's cause was identified as ACCS. As per Voyager's design, the probe's location and movement are under the direction of the ACCS. You can only imagine the scientists' dismay when they realized that ACCS was transmitting phone data from an onboard computer that had long since ceased to function. When they noticed that this ancient computer, which wasn't meant to be used for data processing, had unintentionally infiltrated the electronic transmission system, they were astounded. Consequently, this results in the data not being transmitted back to Earth. Data sent from Voyager to Earth was intercepted by the onboard computer. However, scientists still need to understand the cause of this unsettling behavior. What caused the anomaly to emerge out of nowhere? They are a little comforted about the most recent finding, but they are still far from believing that Voyager will be able to find 500 strange and suspicious items everywhere. Finally, ruling out this option and bringing them to peace, science has created an escape. This new approach entails giving ACC's instructions on how to transform phone data into relevant data. Given that it was thought to be less dangerous and that their bets were put correctly, they chose to take this precaution. After the issue was resolved, they encountered a new one. There had been a notable communication breakdown throughout the inquiry. Though they're a little concerned, losing all that sleep isn't worth it. Upon recalling that there is a separation between the distance between Earth and Voyager spacecraft, it is logical to anticipate some sort of communication delay. The plane and our planet are separated by 14.5 billion miles, and radio waves travel a great distance before reaching us. The two entities communicate in this way. Voyager receives commands from NASA's Deep Space Network Mission Control Team, which delivers them via radio waves that move at the speed of light. NASA is able to connect with spacecraft that are exploring the solar system and beyond thanks to one of the largest radio networks in the world, the Deep Space Network. By enabling simultaneous radar and radio astronomy observations, this network aims to increase our understanding of Earth by facilitating two-way communication between Earth and deep space missions. The Deep Space Network often utilizes Channel 18 and the 2.3 GHz or GH frequency to transmit data from Voyager to Earth. Upon closer inspection, we find that the signal was sent at the speed of light, using 2.1 GHz, from Earth to Voyager 1. While it may seem thrilling to travel at the speed of light, keep in mind that the probe is still a long way from Earth. Consequently, the signal takes around 22 hours to reach the spaceship, even at supersonic speeds. This implies that Mission Control will have to wait 22 hours after issuing the instruction in order to get a confirmation or reaction from the Voyager spacecraft. The reason the mission crew transmitted the command to Voyager 1 cautiously is because of this time delay. They take care to avoid errors because they will lengthen wait times. Ultimately, in order to prevent issues and needless delays, they frequently take their time going over orders and plans before submitting and launching. The delay may make it take longer to find anomalies, like the ones Voyager 1 just found. Scientists are not happy about this, even though the most widely accepted view holds that the majority of the telemetry relayed to Earth was caused by ACCs receiving incorrect directives from the onboard computer. They believe that one piece was needed to finish the puzzle. Because there are numerous potential explanations for this anomaly, including cosmic rays, heated air, and micrometeoroid impacts, some scientists are still unclear about the source. The cosmos may be a formidable foe, even for a spacecraft the size of Voyager 1. At this point, all we can do is weigh all the options, since scientists will ultimately identify the guilty party. As Voyager 1 continues to scour the darkest recesses of the cosmos, let's cross our fingers for the next fascinating finding.
Voyager 1 will conclude its 50-year space mission on September 5, 2027. It should reach 176 AU as of right now, or around 24 AU, given its present speed of 38,000 miles per hour. Avoid the sun for many hours. It will take 300 years to reach the inner Oort cloud area and 40,000 years to reach other stars if it continues to travel at current speed. In the ensuing billion years, though, where will it go? Stroll, what is it he will see? But first, let's go back before responding to these queries. Voyager 1 and its twin, Voyager 2, are primarily designed to conduct space exploration. The primary goal of Voyager 1 was to closely examine Jupiter, Saturn, their moons, and their magnetic fields. Its orbit was scheduled to pass by Saturn in November 1980 and Jupiter in March 1979. Fascinatingly, the spacecraft's cameras recorded Jupiter's weak rings, enormous storms, and atmospheric patterns after it arrived at the planet. Examining the specifics of the Great Red Spot, one of the biggest storms in the globe, is one of the mission's highlights. Additionally, Voyager 1 focused on Jupiter's moons. He discovered that Io, which displays the eruption of volcanoes and enormous lava flows, is the solar system's most active body. Furthermore, images of Europa reveal a smooth ice surface, raising the prospect of an ocean beneath the icy crust of the moon. Voyager 1 arrived at Saturn a year later. The structure of Saturn's rings may be seen in the spacecraft's photos along with other smaller rings and ring gaps, including the hitherto unseen F ring. Similar to Jupiter's moons, Voyager 1 offered comprehensive data on Saturn's moons. Titan, Saturn's biggest moon, has a rich orange color, which may be the most significant finding. Complex organic compounds are present in dense areas that are rich in hydrocarbons and nitrogen. Nearly 10 years later, in 1990, Voyager 1 started the Voyager interstellar mission, which was intended to investigate the heliosphere, the western frontier of the universe, and initiate interstellar travel. Also, this is the well-known pale blue dot picture location. After 8 years, Pioneer overtook the 10 to claim the title of largest producer. On February 17, 1998, Voyager 1 overtook Pioneer 10 as the object built by humans that was farthest from the Sun. Voyager 1 was at that point around 69.4 astronomical units, AU, away from the Sun. At this milestone, Voyager 1 was approximately 6.4 billion miles, 10.3 billion kilometers from the Sun. Approximately 15 years later, on August 25, 2012, it passed through the heliopause and entered the star's center, where cosmic rays, magnetic fields, and the interstellar medium are present. The astronomical unit is the distance between Earth and the Sun, which is approximately 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers. It gave us the first direct measurement of its density, which gave us some understanding of it. What interstellar space is like? The distance between celestial bodies. With a diameter of around 3.7 meters, Voyager 1's high-altitude antenna serves as its means of communication with Earth. The aeroplane can send and receive signals into space thanks to this antenna, which targets weak radio waves. Its lone communication partner is the Deep Space Network, which is among the biggest radio networks in Australia, California, and Spain. In order to guarantee that at least one station is constantly aligned with every aircraft as the Earth spins and enable continuous communication, each station is positioned roughly 120 degrees apart with respect to Earth longitude. This is how these massive dishes communicate with the Voyager space probe, and they can do the same with spacecraft millions of kilometers distant. The signal takes around 20 hours to reach Earth, traveling at the speed of light. This is because radio waves, which move at the speed of light since they are not a kind of electromagnetic radiation, are transmitted to Earth by Voyager 1 using a high-speed antenna and a narrow beam. An aircraft's radioisotope thermoelectric generator powers its communications and operating systems. These generators provide the energy needed to run Voyager 1's equipment, onboard computers, and radio transmitters by harnessing the heat produced by plutonium-238 decay. ARGs lose around 4 watts of power a year, and their half-life is estimated to be 87.7 years. It is anticipated that until 2025, Voyager 1 won't have enough power to sustain the functioning of every scientific equipment. We will not get any further information or signals from Voyager 1 as it continues its quiet voyage across space from this point on. On the other hand, Voyager 1 was equipped with the Golden Record, a 12-inch copper disc coated in gold that contained sounds and pictures showcasing the variety of life and culture on Earth. This is a record of all aliens or a time capsule that will be seen to future generations of humans. Recordings of greetings in 55 languages, music from many eras and civilizations, noises from around the globe, and a variety of photos illustrating life and the human condition are all included. Can Voyager 1 travel very far? In reality, given the size of space and the orbit of Voyager 1, it is expected that heat cycles, cosmic radiation, and micrometeoroid encounters may cause modifications to Voyager 1 over time. It is susceptible to the gravitational pull of a planet or star. Thus, the structure of Voyager 1 will probably be dated to hundreds of millions to thousands of years ago, excluding the tremendous annihilation of items. It will have seen numerous stars by then, but it will only have traveled 5 trillion miles or 1.7% of the Milky Way's circumference. During its lifespan, Voyager 1 will most likely travel past the galaxy stars Hercules, Lyra, Cygnus, Draco, and Camelopardalis on its present journey towards the star Ophiuchus. This constellation has somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000 stars. It is important to remember that thousands of years ago, objects like sunlight, molecular clouds, and even the Milky Way itself would have had an impact on the aircraft's trajectory. Tides? Voyager 1's path will be altered by the Milky Way's gravitational pull, and that of other galaxies and interstellar objects as they spin. Over billions of years, even these little short-term alterations can result in major variances. The stars themselves will also diverge from their present locations over a very long time, and when new stars are formed, the stars as we know them will either alter or disappear from their original roles. Constellations. The future's galaxies will differ from the ones we see now because the old in its current form must die. Predicting Voyager 1's path is a probability exercise due to these uncertainties. Its long-term orbit and circumstances will also be influenced by its interactions with the interstellar medium, which include contact with gas, dust, and other components. The spacecraft may also travel through denser portions of the Milky Way, such as the potential region close to the Milky Way's center or the outer halo gap, each with unique gravitational characteristics. However, the spirit of exploration and discovery that characterizes mankind in our pursuit of knowledge and understanding is still inspired by Voyager 1's voyage, unknown to the outside world.
Unexpectedly, the NASA-launched Voyager 1 spacecraft, which had a 5-year lifetime and was launched 45 years ago, has begun broadcasting cryptic binary signals from uncharted space. NASA's finest specialists have been baffled by these strange signals, despite their best efforts to reset the spacecraft. Is this bewildering data more than just an error? Come along as we attempt to interpret the enigmatic Voyager 1 communications. The unsettling data from Voyager 1 has once again piqued our curiosity with its incredible cosmic journey. Not so long ago, there was a tense moment when we almost lost contact with Voyager 1. NASA revealed a significant problem with their flight data system on December 12, 2023. Engineers were unable to decipher the bewildering binary data that the device was sending back to Earth, a series of ones and zeros. Voyager 1's return data was gibberish, indicating a significant issue, even though the NASA crew could still transmit orders to the distant spacecraft and confirm that its systems were operating. NASA conducted a system reboot as their first line of action to try to resolve the problem. Sadly, this tactic was ineffective, and the spacecraft kept sending erroneous data. For months, NASA specialists diligently looked at several solutions to the issue. Even though their meticulous approach was fraught with errors, they never lost up on their goal of restoring the spacecraft to operational condition. They ultimately devised a workable solution, the details of which will be made public shortly. One must first comprehend the significance of Voyager 1 and the associated risks in order to really appreciate their wonderful plan. Our understanding of the solar system has changed as a result of several important discoveries made during Voyager 1's journey. One of the most astounding findings came from careful examination of Jupiter's moon Io by scientists. Contrary to early assumptions that it was a quiet, lifeless rock in space, Voyager 1 found that Io was a planet teeming with volcanic activity. Even the most seasoned NASA specialists were shocked by the sight of a volcano on Io blasting debris into space, captured in one very amazing shot. The significance of this image lay in the way it changed our perception of the dynamic processes occurring on solar system bodies. In the same vein, viewers were captivated by the incredible image that Voyager 1 captured of Saturn. Saturn's rings were shown in unprecedented detail. That was hardly the only contribution provided by Voyager 1. It was discovered that Titan, Saturn's biggest moon, had intriguing features that suggested liquid water may exist there. This finding sparked optimism for the presence of life or, at the very least, the creation of conditions that might support life elsewhere in the universe. These are some of the amazing findings that Voyager 1 made. But the latest communication issues brought to light the challenges the spaceship was encountering as it ventured farther into the unexplored region of deep space. The Voyager 1 flight data system, an essential component required for its operation, was found to be the cause of the problem. Among the many complex parts that make up this system are the main computer, data storage units, command interface, and telemetry systems. NASA experts had a great deal of difficulty attempting to resolve a bug in this intricate system. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 has been in orbit for almost 40 years. Humanity has accessed invaluable data and images of our solar system and beyond thanks to its mission. The spacecraft's resilience and durability are proof of the scientists' and engineers' meticulous preparation and foresight. While traversing interstellar space, Voyager 1 continued to transmit data back to Earth, offering a unique glimpse into the vast expanse beyond our solar system. The newest issues with Voyager 1's flight data system threaten to break this crucial connection. The flight data system is essential to maintaining the spacecraft's functionality and guaranteeing its capacity to operate independently as it gets farther from Earth. A significant obstacle was the system's incapacity to transmit coherent data. NASA specialists had to investigate every system on board the spaceship in detail in order to pinpoint the problem and find a solution. During this troubleshooting phase, scientists spoke with Voyager 1 in a variety of ways. They analyzed the jumbled data, issued commands, waited for responses, and used every tool at their disposal to determine the root of the issue. The sophisticated flight data system and the distance, more than 14 billion miles from Earth, combined with a 20-hour communication delay in both directions, made the mission more challenging. The NASA team's perseverance and ingenuity eventually led to a breakthrough. In order to guarantee that Voyager 1 could continue sending crucial data back to Earth, they were able to circumvent the troublesome areas and restore coherent data flow by coming up with a workaround. Using redundant components in the system redesign was necessary for this strategy. The management teams and the spacecraft's resilience was shown by how successfully this patch performed. An integral component of the spacecraft's design, the flight data system of Voyager 1 is where the issue in question originated. This system organizes and processes all of the data collected during the trip. It functions as the spacecraft's central nervous system. By coordinating the activities of several subsystems, it ensures that everything functions well during the protracted trip. After several months of diligent investigation, experts are coming nearer to figuring out the error's primary cause. This thorough examination of the problem brings to light both the challenges associated with using such outdated technology in space and the extraordinary imagination and foresight of the engineers who designed Voyager over 40 years ago. The examination of the problem and the communication methods employed with Voyager 1 provide an engaging glimpse into the astounding accomplishments and constraints of the early space technology, which is being utilized to send crucial information over long distances even now. NASA engineers discovered a significant issue when they discovered that around 3% of the flight data system memory on Voyager 1 was tampered with. The damage might potentially have been caused by the outdated gear. Charged particles from outer space are most likely to blame. The team's innovative method came about since they were unable to repair the broken memory chip from Earth. The faulty code was split up and the fragments were transferred to memory locations that were not being used by the machine. Voyager 1 got the first update that tried to resolve the problem on April 18, 2024. The scientists had to wait tensely for confirmation because Earth and the spaceship were 30 billion miles away from each other round trip. The news that the upgrade had been completed brought a collective sigh of relief from NASA's control center on April 20, 2024. The next step was to reconstruct the lost code portions, which was a necessary task to ensure that the probe could begin returning to Earth to send crucial scientific data. There have been several system failures due to the hostile environment in space. Furthermore, Voyager 1 has provided vistas of Saturn and its rings that were previously unachievable. The clear images of Saturn's rings and the new information about Titan captured the attention of people all around the world. Voyager 1's suggestion that liquid water may exist on Titan's surface raises intriguing questions about the possibility of life. Given the recent failure of Voyager 1's flight data system, there are serious issues with the mission's continuation. Being the primary neurological system of Voyager 1, the flight data system is vital to the spacecraft's operation. As the spaceship moves farther into the uncharted territory of deep space, its ability to independently handle and interpret data becomes more and more important. In order to prolong the operating lifespan of Voyager 1 and 2, NASA was forced to make some tough decisions, such as shutting off heaters and other non-essential components in order to conserve energy. This conservation strategy has guaranteed the continued operation of critical parts, such as the high-gain antenna, which is required to maintain contact with Earth. Among the crucial equipment that the probes still carry are magnetometers, which are vital for studying the magnetic fields of the Sun and outer planets. In 2015, these devices produced a seminal discovery when they demonstrated that solar winds might alter magnetic fields even beyond the heliopause, the point beyond which solar influence decreases. Both Voyager spacecraft continue to utilize low-energy charged particle detectors, which were essential in identifying the heliopause following a major solar outburst in 1993. The spacecraft's hydrazine engines are still operational, so it can change its course and maintain optimal temperature. The probe's rear instruments are shielded from space dust and debris by micrometeorite shields, which further ensures the lifespan of their mission-critical components. One crucial component of the system that is still in use is the optical calibration target devices, which ensure the accuracy of the probe sensors. Because they have repeated this calibration process, which entails aligning with a target plate during their extensive journeys, their scientific data may be trusted. Because of these safety measures, Voyager 1 and 2 are still able to provide invaluable space data even after many other sensors have been switched off for decades or longer. Radioisotope thermoelectric generators, RTGs, are used by the Voyager probes to regulate their energy needs. Because these devices can convert heat from decaying plutonium-238 into electrical power, they have significantly extended mission lifespans. But the power output of these generators is gradually decreasing, and it is expected that they will eventually fail. All in all, the extraordinary space voyages of the probes may come to an end sooner than anticipated, capping off an amazing era of space research. Even after they are gone from sight, the scientific contributions made by the Voyager will endure. Voyager Golden Records are time capsules installed on every ship that are designed to impart knowledge about Earth to any intelligent alien civilization that may happen to stumble upon them. These recordings demonstrate the diversity of life and culture on Earth with a variety of musical selections, noises from our planet, and greetings in 55 different languages. The Golden Records are like a message in a bottle, encapsulating the richness of human culture as well as the intricacy of Earth's ecology. The significance of the Voyager mission goes well beyond the scientific advancements it has enabled. Thanks to Voyager 1 and 2, humanity now has access to hitherto unattainable viewpoints and data about the outer planets and the interstellar medium. As an illustration, Voyager 1 delivered the first high-resolution images of Jupiter's moon Io, demonstrating that it is the most volcanically active body in the solar system. This discovery made us reevaluate how we interpret the geological activities of heavenly worlds. Furthermore, Voyager 1's exploration of Saturn and its moons has been innovative. Titan's icy surface may contain liquid water, according to intriguing information about the planet discovered by the expedition. Additionally, it captured exact images of Saturn's rings. These findings have sparked speculation about the likelihood of extrasolar life and inspired follow-up initiatives to learn more about these fascinating possibilities, such as the Cassini-Huygens mission. The contributions of Voyager 2 are equally noteworthy. During its flybys of Uranus and Neptune, it acquired the first close-up images of these distant giants and discovered several new moons in addition to complex ring systems and atmospheric processes. Voyager 2's investigations of Triton, Neptune's moon, revealed the potential of underground seas with its nitrogen gas geysers, expanding the spectrum of conceivable alien habitats. The constant study of the data returned by the Voyagers yields new discoveries on a regular basis. For instance, recent studies on interstellar space have shed light on the properties of cosmic rays and the interstellar medium, which has increased our understanding of the environment that exists outside of the influence of our Sun. According to data from Voyager 1, the Voyager missions have had a significant impact on the public's creativity and imagination. Apart from their scientific achievements, Voyager 1 was requested by astronomer Carl Sagan to take the iconic pale blue dot picture, which shows Earth as a tiny dot in the vastness of space. Over time, this image has come to symbolize both the vulnerability of our planet and the interdependence of all life on Earth. The Voyager Golden Records, humanity's message to the universe, remain a symbol of our insatiable curiosity and drive to discover new things. They remind us that we will never know everything there is to know about the cosmos, even as they quietly travel across the vastness of space. Among the most identifiable elements of the Voyager missions are the Golden Records. They are time capsules designed to preserve information about Earth's past for any sentient extraterrestrial species that might come into touch with them. Rather than being only scientific relics, the Golden Records represent a cultural message in a bottle tossed into the cosmic ocean. Each record contains 116 analog encoded photos that illustrate many aspects of life on Earth, such as daily living, the variety of human civilization, and the unique features of our planet. These images provide a glimpse into our reality. The pictures, which show anything from serene countryside to bustling cities, encapsulate the essence of the world and entice everyone who stumbles onto the archives to discover more about the planet from whence they came. It resembles a handshake that is extended into space. This massive endeavor reflects humanity's profound yearning to connect and communicate across the vastness of space. It symbolizes our dream that one day a highly advanced society would be able to identify these earthly echoes and discern a connection to a distant blue planet orbiting a shared star. The Golden Records are a real-life illustration of the human spirit's continuous quest for information, comprehension, and discovery. Earth sounds are also featured in the album's audio sections, which contribute to its rich oral atmosphere. These sounds, which depict the vibrancy of life on Earth, span from wind and thunder to human heartbeats. They offer a visceral experience. The albums aim to provide listeners with a deeper understanding of life on Earth than just a visual representation by including these sounds. Additionally, by incorporating a broad variety of music from many countries and times, the Golden Records highlight the richness of human creativity and culture. Every musical genre, from classical compositions to international folk melodies, reflects the range of human emotion and artistic expression. This musical collection aims to show how music is a universal language that cuts over linguistic and cultural barriers. These golden recordings are floating in space, waiting to be discovered by someone. They may contain the last words of mankind, as they carry a fragment of our planet with them. Unlike regular vinyl records, these ones were constructed of robust copper and were gold-plated to withstand the severe temperatures seen in space. This meticulous design will ensure that the information in the records is kept safe for a very long time. It may last for billions of years. To make sure that any sentient entities who find the records can understand the message, the records also carry instructions inscribed on their surfaces in the world languages of science and mathematics in addition to English. The construction of a stylus and cartridge to play the records is explained in these instructions. This thorough preparation demonstrates how concerned NASA was to make sure that researchers in the future could understand these recordings. In addition to the audio and visual components, the recordings include greetings in 55 different languages, which are Earth's way of extending a cordial invitation to any prospective extraterrestrial civilizations. These greetings, which span from ancient to contemporary dialects, represent the diversity of languages spoken around the world. This section of the archives demonstrates our desire to establish contact and have a conversation with any potential cosmic neighbors. The Golden Records also include a wealth of scientific information, including diagrams showing the structure of DNA, human anatomy, and basic concepts in physics and mathematics. This is intended to provide prospective alien discoverers with a fundamental understanding of our species and our understanding of the universe. By sharing this scientific information, the records seek to promote a spirit of collaborative research and discovery. The recordings also contain a range of human-produced sounds, such as the boom of a rocket launch, the buzz of a spaceship, and the mechanical noises of Earth's technology. These sound recordings demonstrate the distinctions between the sounds of the natural and artificial worlds while also providing a window into our technical capabilities. The range of characteristics found on the Golden Record demonstrates the inventiveness and progressiveness of the scientists and artists who created it. Their goal was to depict the breadth and depth of the human experience in order to provide a nuanced portrait of life on Earth. The human intelligence, inventiveness, and continuous pursuit of communication with intelligent species outside our solar system are all still inspired by the Golden Records. Future space exploration, problems left by the Voyager probes, and their continuing journey into the interstellar gap. A chart displaying the Sun's location in relation to 14 pulsars may be found in one of the Golden Records discovered on board the Voyager probe. The exact and consistent radiation emissions from these pulsars make them universal markers. These pulsars serve as markers for Earth's location inside the Milky Way, as seen in the picture. This innovative idea aimed to reach out to potential alien civilizations and offer assistance. But there is a price to this cosmic diplomacy. By providing a map of Earth, we can unwittingly draw in extraterrestrial visitors with less than kind motives, which could spark hostilities. This concern was significant, but it did not overshadow the Golden Record's primary goals, which were to promote goodwill among people and showcase the diversity of life and culture on Earth. The flight data subsystem of Voyager 1 began transmitting garbled data, signifying a communication issue. At this moment, Voyager 1 is around 15 billion miles away from Earth. Engineers carefully examined the data and discovered that it included a complete memory readout from the subsystem. This information provided critical clues to them about how to solve the issue. Despite the enormous distance causing a 22.5-hour one-way delay in signal transit, the technical team managed to devise a workaround. This highlights how challenging and inventive it must be to maintain communication with spacecraft that are moving over such vast distances. Around 12 billion miles away, Voyager 2 is still in operation, with every system operating as it should. Variations in voltage may have led to power issues and put the equipment in risk. The engineers on board the spacecraft successfully utilized a little reserve of power from the radioisotope thermoelectric generator to ensure the scientific equipment remain operational. Like a delicate tango between space physics and human effort, this meticulous power management balance illustrates how careful planning and innovation are required to enable long-term space missions. To stay in contact with the Voyager spacecraft, mission control needs to perform exact calculations and adjustments. The distance between Earth and the Voyager spacecraft decreases over short periods of time as Earth approaches both of them at a speed of 67,000 miles per hour. Rather than shifts in the spacecraft's paths, this phenomena is produced by Earth's changing orbital path. The continuous Voyager missions not only provide scientific data but also act as a constant source of inspiration, demonstrating the incredible things that can be achieved when curiosity and state-of-the-art technology come together. Each letter from these remote explorers offers new insights and is a poignant reminder of how little humanity is in the greater scheme of things. The length and accomplishment of the Voyager missions have spurred significant technical advancements. These days, autonomous systems on spacecraft are able to make choices without rapid input from Earth, which is essential for long-term missions that travel great distances from Earth. In order to efficiently convey data across great distances, new communication techniques are also being developed. As a lead-up to trips to Mars, efforts are in motion to return humans to the Moon and create a permanent base there. NASA has ambitious objectives, as do its foreign partners. The EMIS program is one of these initiatives. The Mars Sample Return Mission, a joint venture between NASA and ESA, intends to collect and return Martian rock and soil samples in order to ascertain whether or not life has ever existed on the planet. In addition to these journeys, NASA has been working on innovative propulsion systems that might reduce the time required to go to distant locations. One such project is the Space Launch System, SLS, which aims to be the most powerful rocket ever built, capable of carrying cargo and people beyond low Earth orbit to destinations such as asteroids, the Moon, and Mars. Innovative propulsion technologies, including as ion propulsion, have the potential to revolutionize space travel by providing more efficient and rapid means to investigate the solar system. The importance of international collaboration in space exploration cannot be overstated. The International Space Station, ISS, is a prime example of what occurs when countries work together to achieve a shared goal. Since it began to be continuously inhabited in 2000, the International Space Station, ISS, has produced invaluable data on the long-term effects of living in space and acted as a testbed for technologies that will be critical for upcoming deep space missions. Astrobiology, the study of life in the universe, has become a significant field of study for scientists. Initiatives such as the James Webb Space Telescope, designed to track exoplanet atmospheres, and the Europa Clipper, designed to investigate Jupiter's moon Europa's habitability, are at the forefront of this exciting field. These missions aim to offer basic explanations for the existence of alien life and the conditions that may support it. Furthermore, planetary defense is becoming more and more important. Double Asteroid Redirection Test, DART, is a NASA initiative designed to test our ability to reroute potentially hazardous asteroids away from Earth in order to shield the planet from future strikes. It is imperative that this expedition and further cataloging and observation of near-Earth objects, NEOs, take place. Another facet of space travel in the future is the potential for human colonization of other worlds. Sustainable resource utilization, radiation protection, and improved life support systems are now being developed. A key component of these initiatives is the idea of in situ resource utilization, ISRU, or using locally accessible resources to support human activities, as shown in the concept houses for the Moon and Mars. For example, producing oxygen from the Martian atmosphere or extracting water from the lunar regolith might significantly reduce the amount of resources that need to be transported from Earth. Commercial spaceflight is another developing sector, with private companies like SpaceX, Boeing, and Blue Origin becoming major players. To cut costs and broaden access to space travel, these companies are developing new launch vehicles and spacecraft. SpaceX's Starship, designed for flights to Mars and beyond, is a significant step toward achieving these goals. Though there are challenges due to outdated equipment and the harsh environment of space, the Voyager missions have imparted invaluable knowledge. These interactions have enhanced data management and error correction systems, enabling the next missions to address unforeseen issues. Future generations of space scientists and engineers are still motivated by the inventiveness and problem-solving skills of the Voyager engineers. Finding alien life is one of space exploration's most interesting directions. The goal of missions to Europa and Enceladus, two of Jupiter's and Saturn's icy moons, is to locate liquid water and potential habitable environments. These moons are assumed to possess the essential elements for life due to their internal heat sources and potentially nutrient-rich seas. However, how to strike a balance between space exploration and solving Earth's issues remains a key challenge. While the pursuit of knowledge and novel discoveries propels space missions, ethical considerations must also be carefully considered. The potential for Earth-based germs to spread to other worlds and the allocation of resources are two important challenges. Furthermore, the possibility of discovering extraterrestrial life raises important philosophical queries about our place in the universe and our duties as explorers. Public funding and interest are vital for space mission maintenance. Most importantly, educational initiatives and activities inspire the upcoming generation of scientists and engineers. The public may be kept informed and excited about space exploration through media, public outreach, and collaborative projects, all of which can serve to ensure continued support for the next missions. NASA's Artemis mission, for example, has created a significant deal of public interest through compelling storylines. The mission aims to return humans to the moon and establish a permanent presence there. This initiative, which is seen as a springboard for the next Mars missions, has encouraged participation from the private sector and international collaboration. Not only may space missions inspire people, but they also have practical benefits. Technological advancements intended for space exploration occasionally find applications on Earth that improve our quality of life, such as communication, weather forecasting, and disaster management. Examples of the wide-ranging benefits of space exploration include how satellite technology has revolutionized space research and led to advancements in robotics, materials science, and medical technologies. Additionally, space exploration fosters international collaboration. The International Space Station is a prime example of what can be achieved when nations work together to achieve a common goal. Other programs, such as the Mars Sample Return Mission, which is a collaborative endeavor between NASA and the European Space Agency to bring back Martian rock and soil samples to Earth, are also influenced by this. Cooperative spirit. These kinds of collaborations foster scientific discovery and enhance peaceful international collaboration. While others argue that funding ought to go towards solving pressing issues on Earth, it's critical to realize that space exploration and earthly issues are not antagonistic. The development of space technologies directly helps Earth. Understanding the universe may provide new perspectives on the issues affecting our planet. Pursuing these two objectives at the same time will enable humanity to continue expanding its knowledge base and address global issues more skillfully. Voyager 1, having spent 45 years exploring the vast reaches of space, has now uncovered an incredible discovery that surprised even NASA. Recently, Joe Rogan broke the story, stating that Voyager 1 and 2 were originally sent by NASA to study the magnetic fields of Jupiter and Saturn. But Voyager 1 didn't only finish its mission, it also returned evidence of something very different. This may completely alter our understanding of the cosmos. So what did Voyager 1 find out exactly? What impact does this have on how we explore space? Let's investigate. NASA launched Voyager 1 on September 5, 1977, and 45 years later, it is still out there exploring uncharted territory. The spacecraft's original purpose was to investigate the magnetic fields, moons, and atmospheres of the outer planets, primarily Jupiter and Saturn. This was a component of the wider Voyager mission run by NASA, which also featured Voyager 2, its twin. Although Voyager 1's main objective was to complete the mission in a few years, it had other ideas and wanted to stay longer. It is now located in an area of space that we have never directly investigated, nearly 14 billion miles from Earth. Voyager 1 carried on after finishing its primary mission, arriving at the heliopause in 2012. What is the heliopause, then? In a nutshell, it's the limit of the sun's effect. Solar wind is a continuous outflow of charged particles from the sun that travels throughout the solar system. However, this solar wind eventually fades and is replaced by interstellar space. That barrier, known as the heliopause, is the point at which the sun's heliosphere, or bubble, terminates. Voyager 1 was the first object created by humans to enter interstellar space when it passed this boundary. Voyager 1 began identifying items that were not strictly related to its mission as it traveled into this unexplored area. It just returned data that casts doubt on the knowledge scientists have previously held about space. NASA reports that Voyager 1 has found a novel type of energy field that defies explanation by any of the current models. This is not your standard gravitational or electromagnetic force, which is supposed to be predominant in interstellar space. No, this is something entirely new, and experts are still unsure on how to interpret it. There is an enigmatic force, or energy field, that interacts with matter in ways not explained by existing theories. Scientists are at a loss for words as a result of this finding. It could alter our perception of the cosmos and its underlying dynamics. Now, why is this finding making such a big difference, and why is it happening at such a critical moment? Well, an exciting new era in space exploration is about to begin. Organizations such as NASA and commercial businesses are stepping up their efforts to take humans farther into space, with the ultimate goal of setting foot on Mars and beyond. Thus, comprehending interstellar space, the area between stars, becomes more crucial than before. Our first meaningful look at space beyond our solar system is being provided by Voyager 1, and this new finding may hold the key to understanding how we might safely explore these far-off, uncharted areas. The confirmation of this new energy field might have a significant impact on space travel in the future. It could be necessary to reconsider the way we build spacecraft and organize trips to distant star systems. Future explorers could have to travel through areas where forces exist that we don't completely comprehend now. Because of this, the finding of Voyager 1 comes at a crucial time, just as we are getting ready for some of the most ambitious space missions in human history. What in the world is producing this weird behavior that Voyager 1 has detected is now one of the most important questions. dark matter, or another substance, one can speculate that it might be dark energy, the enigmatic component that astronomers believe to be responsible for the universe's faster-than-light expansion. There has been much debate among physicists and astronomers for years over dark energy since its nature is still unknown. It's among the greatest riddles that hasn't been solved. Even while dark energy is still primarily a theory, Voyager may first have just discovered some evidence of it in the center of interstellar space. In such case, it would be quite significant. That would imply that we have just witnessed the impacts of dark energy directly for the first time in a particular area of space. That would be something, wouldn't it? Finding evidence for something that has baffled experts for decades all of a sudden? It would fundamentally alter our conception of the universe and how it functions. However, it is also possible that it is something entirely else, a force or energy that we haven't even considered yet. This would lead us into new physics terrain. If Voyager 1 has found something completely new, our understanding of the universe's rules might undergo a radical change. Scientists have traditionally depended on models that use forces we already know to explain the behavior of matter and energy, such as electromagnetism and gravity. But such models could require a total revision if Voyager 1's finding confirms the existence of a new force. And it is really significant. Consider how 20th century physics was altered by quantum mechanics. It called into question what we believe to be true about matter and energy. This kind of finding might pave the way for equally significant advancements. And the potential applications of such a finding go beyond space travel. We could create new technologies that would enable us to use and govern energy and space in ways that are currently unimaginable. Yes, there may be practical uses for this that affect life on Earth as well. The possibilities are astounding, whether they pertain to enhanced space travel or new sources of energy. However, what if this strange occurrence isn't even a novel force? Additionally, it's possible that Voyager 1 is picking up signals from other objects, such as a black hole or a far-off star. Perhaps these objects are radiating energy or exerting a gravitational pull that is having unanticipated effects on the surrounding space. Alternatively, Voyager 1 could have discovered proof of an entirely new kind of astronomical object. Anything that does not quite fall into the categories of planets, stars, or black holes as they are now understood. Should that be the case, space exploration may be about to embark on a completely new chapter. Whatever this enigmatic energy or force is, it is certain that the finding of Voyager 1 has sparked a renewed interest in space travel. Even now, some 50 years into its orbit, this tiny spacecraft never ceases to amaze us. Who would have guessed that decades later, something created would still be producing such groundbreaking discoveries? Even though everyone is preoccupied with flashy new spacecraft and missions these days, Voyager 1 is demonstrating that traditional probes may still provide important discoveries. Of course, the scientific community as a whole has been taken aback by this revelation. The fact that Voyager 1 has unlocked an intriguing new field of space physics study cannot be disputed, even though many scientists are remaining cautious and want not to draw hasty conclusions. Currently, scientists from all across the world are analyzing the data to attempt to determine what is actually happening in the world. While some are pushing for follow-up missions to have a closer look at interstellar space, others are already working on new ideas to explain this mystery energy. There's no denying that interest in the Voyager missions has grown again. What was once a mission to study the outer planets has now evolved into something much more significant. In the event that this discovery is verified, what will happen? A completely new era of space exploration may be upon us if Voyager 1's discovery is verified. This could hold the key to comprehending the fundamental forces that hold the cosmos together. We're not just talking about sending spacecraft to planets or the furthest reaches of our solar system. We would have access to new propulsion technologies and energy sources that would enable us to go further and faster than we had previously imagined. Although it sounds like science fiction, this tiny spacecraft that has been operating for more than 40 years may soon make it a reality. The way this discovery advances our understanding of interstellar travel may be one of its most significant game-changers. With present technology, reaching the nearest star system would take thousands of years. Who knows, though, if we manage to decipher the code on whatever Voyager 1 has just discovered. Perhaps we will develop technology that significantly reduces that travel time. Not to mention the hope of populating other worlds. What if this finding opens the door to that possibility? Now, in addition to the apparent advances in science and technology, this discovery may alter how we perceive the cosmos. Humans have been trying to figure out our place in the vast cosmic jigsaw for as long as we have been staring up at the stars. The most recent data from Voyager may first be poised to alter that perception in ways that are beyond our comprehension. It could compel us to reevaluate all of our preconceived notions about reality and the rules that govern it. Scientists at NASA have already begun to work diligently, examining the information that Voyager 1 returned. Researchers are now being pushed to think outside the box and generate new ideas as a result of this discovery. There's a legitimate basis for the enthusiasm. It is incredible that Voyager is still running strong after all these years, and every bit of data it sends back might help uncover new discoveries. Regarding that, would you mind just taking a minute to recognize how long Voyager 1 has been around? When it was first launched in 1977, nobody could have predicted that it would still be in use today. It was initially intended to be part of a short-lived mission that would have explored our solar system's outer planets. However, even 50 years later, it is still producing findings that have the potential to alter our understanding of the universe. The fact that it remains operational and continues to push the boundaries of human understanding is a compelling case for continuing to fund long-term space missions. Even while the findings might not be felt right away, they could have an influence years down the line. Now, Voyager 1 is much more than just a spaceship. It is currently among the most significant scientific tools that humans have ever created. What's even more startling is that its purpose was not to explore interplanetary space. Its original purpose was to investigate the planets, but now it's leaving the heliosphere and heading into the deep unknown. Even though Voyager 1's technology dates back to the 1970s, it still functions astonishingly well and provides us with a close-up look at parts of space that have never been seen before. Let's now discuss Voyager 1's current location. It's not simply a blank expanse, it's interstellar space. Particles, cosmic rays, and magnetic fields abound in this region, but in far lesser quantities than in our solar system. The possibility that Voyager 1 discovered a whole new type of energy or force while passing through this area adds even more excitement to this finding. It is something that does not fall into any of the known categories, such as electromagnetism or gravity. And that lets a whole other can of worms get opened. What if there are forces in the universe that we still don't fully comprehend? The possibility that this finding will help us comprehend dark energy or dark matter better is one of the most intriguing ones. I know what you're thinking, those ideas have been around for a while, and we still don't understand them. But what if we discover a fresh hint from Voyager 1's research? We have never seen dark matter up close, yet it's believed to make up the majority of the universe's mass. The expansion of the cosmos is thought to be caused by dark energy, but again, we don't fully understand what it is. It may be the first significant step toward comprehending these cosmic forces if Voyager 1 has found anything connected to these riddles. Whether this finding is exclusive to the area Voyager 1 is now in or if it is something more widespread is one of the main questions that scientists are currently grappling with. If this is only a limited anomaly, that may indicate that the physical characteristics of various regions of interstellar space differ, which would be revolutionary in and of itself. However, if this event is more common, it may indicate that all of our prior findings have been lacking something important regarding the nature of space. If this new force or energy contributes to the production of celestial objects such as planets, stars, or even black holes, that is another topic worth investigating. What if this force plays a role in the formation of stars in the cold, dark reaches of space by assisting matter? That may fundamentally alter our understanding of the composition of planetary systems and galaxies, including our own. It may even contribute to our understanding of the circumstances required for life to evolve. Thus, Voyager 1 is out there creating history while the rest of us are all preoccupied with the here and now. It is delving into the vast mysteries of the cosmos. Each communication it receives back might lead to a significant discovery. There has never been a more thrilling prospect for space exploration. What does it seem like today, then? The prospects for space travel? Future of space exploration, the remarkable trip of Voyager 1 truly puts the size of the cosmos into perspective. Is that even possible to imagine? Even at the speed of light, it takes about 21 hours for a signal from Voyager 1 to arrive on Earth. This delay serves as a stark reminder of the enormous obstacles humanity must overcome before we can venture beyond our solar system. Better communication and transportation technologies will be required if mankind is to send people or probes to far-off star systems in the future. Apart from that, scientists are re-evaluating our knowledge of space conditions, or space weather, in light of Voyager 1's recent discovery of a new force in interstellar space. We know a fair amount about space weather inside the heliosphere, but outside of it, not in that way. We are discussing electromagnetic radiation, solar wind, cosmic rays, and who knows what else. We must understand how these pressures interact with spacecraft and even human beings if we are to keep future astronauts safe and successful on extended journeys. Additionally, this finding gives the hunt for alien life a fresh direction. Could life have evolved on other worlds as a result of these unidentified forces? Perhaps entire ecosystems exist that depend on factors we have yet to fully comprehend, just way life on Earth depends on sunshine and the magnetic field. It's an incredible idea. Let us not overlook the remarkable fact that Voyager 1 continues to function after 47 years of operation. It has continued to transmit us data because it is powered by a thermoelectric generator made of radioisotopes. Voyager 1 continues to provide us with a view into the farthest regions of space even as its power diminishes. What plans does NASA now have for the future? Will space exploration always be reliant on Voyager 1 and 2? The upcoming major interstellar missions are already on the minds of NASA and other space organizations. The intention is to launch far more sophisticated spacecraft than anything we have ever seen. With far more accuracy, these new probes would be able to measure all the odd forces and energy that exist in space. They will, in essence, expand upon the lessons learned by Voyager 1 and venture even farther into uncharted territory. The next generation of space explorers may be able to go deeper and endure longer than ever thanks to the lessons we gained from Voyager. The possibility that this discovery has something to do with quantum physics is among the most intriguing theories that have been proposed. This branch of research studies the universe's smallest particles. There are scientists who believe that the force that Voyager 1 detected might have something to do with massively parallel quantum processes. If this new force is connected to the strangeness of the cosmos, which quantum mechanics previously hinted to, we may be stepping into a completely new realm of knowledge. What's insane is that for years scientists have been attempting to make a connection between two fundamental concepts: quantum physics, which describes the behavior of microscopic particles, and general relativity, which describes the behavior of large objects like planets and stars. The two hypotheses are not very compatible. However, what if this new energy is what connects them? That would be really significant. It may result in a theory that can account for everything, even the largest galaxies and tiniest particles. The stunning finding of Voyager 1 is forcing us to reconsider our views of the cosmos and ourselves. This finding forces us to reconsider our assumptions and motivates us to continue researching. Even though Voyager 1 is far from home, it is demonstrating to us that the voyage has only just begun. What do you believe the unexplained forces discovered by Voyager 1 to be? This is NGC 2174, often known as the Monkey Head Nebula. This remarkable nebula is located in the constellation Orion, some 6,400 light-years from Earth. Then there's this image of an hourglass that was captured by the Webb Space Telescope, which shows us something very amazing, a rose composed of galaxies. NASA just published a series of quite harrowing and astounding images. We are about to delve deeply into the most spectacular features of the cosmos, ranging from blazing supernovas to ethereally lovely nebulae. Among our night sky's most amazing views is the Andromeda Galaxy. It's our nearest galaxy neighbor, situated around 2.5 million light-years distant, and a stunning illustration of a spiral galaxy. Imagine a massive pinwheel that spans an amazing 220,000 light-years, with billions of stars twirling in a cosmic dance. The Andromeda photos provided by NASA are quite amazing. These images display a delicate network of gas and dust surrounding a brilliant, blazing center. Andromeda stands out in our cosmos because of its stunning spiral pattern, which is created by the twisting and turning of these lanes. Older, redder stars are concentrated in the core itself, whereas star-forming areas and younger, bluer stars may be found in the spiral arms. The fact that Andromeda is more than just a still image in space is what makes it so interesting. The Milky Way galaxy and this one are genuinely headed toward collision. The two galaxies are predicted to combine spectacularly in a few billion years, changing both of them drastically. Astronomers will name the new galaxy that results from this cosmic collision Milkomeda or Milkdromeda. Though this may seem dramatic, there is no need to worry about it during our lifetimes because it is a gradual happening on a timeline that is difficult to understand. A magnificent sight in space, the supernova remnant DEML71 illustrates what occurs after a star bursts. This relic was discovered in the Large Magellanic Cloud, a dwarf galaxy that circles our Milky Way, and was photographed by the Chandra X-ray Observatory. The remnants of this star's violent demise form a stunning, detailed pattern of gas and dust that shines brightly because to the shock waves heat from the explosion. A supernova produces enormous amounts of energy that ripple throughout space, creating shock waves. The surrounding gas and dust glow in various hues as a result of these shock waves heating them to incredibly high temperatures. DEML71's picture resembles a cosmic rainbow, with different hues denoting distinct constituents. For instance, sulfur may look as one hue and oxygen as another. In addition to being stunning, this vibrant show provides scientists with crucial information about the components created during the star's life and violent demise. An intriguing reminder of a star's life cycle is provided by DEML71. Elements in the cores of stars like the one that formed this relic are fused together over millions to billions of years. When their fuel runs out, they are no longer able to withstand gravity, which causes a spectacular collapse and explosion. Elements sent into space by this supernova explosion have the potential to someday produce new stars, planets, and possibly life. Therefore, DEML71 is a metaphor for both the end of the cosmos and its beginning. An illustrated exploration of NASA's astronomy picture of the day, a front-row ticket to the greatest show in space, is provided by NASA's Astronomy Picture of the Day database. The universe is a vast, enigmatic realm full of wonders. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, is the American government organization in charge of all matters pertaining to space exploration, aviation, and space research, for those who may not be aware. We are able to view some of the most amazing space photos, each with an own narrative, because of APOD. Imagine paging through an album of the finest singles from the cosmos, ranging from captivating nebulae to breathtaking galaxies. Everything is in APOD. These photos are windows into the immense, dynamic, and frequently mind-blowing nature of the cosmos. They are more than just lovely pictures. Every image conveys a different tale about the planets, stars, and other cosmic objects that comprise our cosmos. The Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest cosmic neighbor, has been exquisitely caught in all its spiral splendor. You may find yourself looking at it one day. One day, you could be gazing upon the remains of a supernova explosion, such as DEML71, which depicts the aftermath of a star's spectacular demise. The photographs are bursting with vivid hues, minute details, and the type of beauty that causes you to pause and consider just how incredible our cosmos truly is. One of the most famous pictures ever taken by the Hubble Space Telescope is the Pillars of Creation, which gives us a unique perspective of the Eagle Nebula. With its imposing columns of interstellar gas and dust-like cosmic pillars, this region of space is a veritable star factory. These pillars are among the most interesting places in our galaxy since that's where new stars are formed. They function as star nurseries and are mostly made of hydrogen gas with a little amount of dust. The circumstances inside these pillars are ideal for the formation of new stars. Under the influence of gravity, the gas and dust congregate and eventually get dense and hot enough to start nuclear fusion, the process that gives stars their power. The powerful ultraviolet radiation from neighboring young, bright stars has formed the pillars of creation, which is what makes them so amazing. Over time, the pillars are eroded by this light, revealing the complex forms that are seen in the pictures. Smaller, denser clusters of gas and dust grow inside the pillars as a result of this. These groups, known as globules, may include protostars or young stars in the process of forming. Gazing at the pillars of creation is as too looking into a celestial crib. It's amazing to consider that new stars are emerging within these magnificent structures, some of which may eventually have planets circling them. The Hubble Space Telescope has caught the Crab Nebula in exquisite clarity, making it one of the most magnificent vistas in the cosmos. The huge star that blew itself apart in 1054 AD produced the supernova explosion that left behind this nebula. The explosion that followed produced the stunningly chaotic cloud of gas and dust that is visible today. Astronomers may learn important lessons about the birth, growth, and decay of stars from the Crab Nebula, which resembles a massive cosmic laboratory. A pulsar, or the remnant core of an exploding star, lies at the center of the nebula. This pulsar, which rotates 30 times a second and emits winds of particles and radiation bursts, is extremely dense. The Crab Nebula's fascinating filamentary formations are the result of these strong winds that sculpt the surrounding gas and dust. Photographs of the Crab Nebula display a rich variety of hues. The many elements that the supernova expelled are represented by these hues. Red, for example, may stand for hydrogen, green for sulfur, and blue for oxygen. Interesting features of the nebula include its twisted and knotted filaments, which depict the chaotic nature of the explosion. These structures, which are currently brightly blazing due to being stimulated by the pulsar's radiation, are relics of the star's outer layers. The Butterfly Nebula, one of the most stunning vistas in the cosmos, was photographed by NASA's Wide Field Camera 3 on board the Hubble Space Telescope. This planetary nebula has broad wings that resemble the wings of a cosmic butterfly, extending throughout space. It is a beautiful and symmetrical pattern generated by the intricate interactions of material expelled by a dying star. The vivid hues of the Butterfly Nebula are what initially catch your attention when you look at pictures of it. The nebula's center star's powerful ultraviolet radiation has heated various gases to thousands of degrees, causing many hues to appear, not just for show. Reds, for instance, may represent hydrogen, greens, nitrogen, and blues, oxygen. The nebula's complex structures and patterns are highlighted by this vibrant display that resembles a cosmic light show. The Butterfly Nebula's symmetrical form is very intriguing. The central star, which is nearing the end of its life, is the source of it. The material that forms the nebula's two wings is expelled in opposing directions when this star sheds its outer layers. These wings are illuminated by the star's strong light, which produces the lovely patterns that humans see. Zombie star resurfaces with explosion. Imagine a star that explodes and then resurrects. Doesn't that seem like something from a science fiction film? This phenomenon, known as a zombie star, can really occur in space. Tau is among the most well-known instances. She overcame death and erupted once again in a breathtaking performance. Tau was once a white dwarf, what's left over when a star the size of our sun burns out its fuel and sheds its outer layers. A white dwarf would normally just gradually disappear, but Tau had other ideas. It had a companion star close by since it was a member of a binary system. The white dwarf started to absorb material from its companion as it circled around it. Picture a cosmic Pac-Man eating everything in its path. Tau eventually gained too much bulk from its neighbor to contain it all. This material accumulation set off a runaway reaction, which resulted in Tau exploding once again in a Type Ia supernova. Because Type Ia supernovae always burst with a constant brightness, they are unique in that they may be used to measure cosmic distances. God's ghostly hand, in reality, the hand of God, is a pulsar wind nebula. The dense residue of a star that burst into a supernova is what creates it. Massive stars explode as they die, leaving behind pulsars, which are very dense, fast-spinning neutron stars. Pulsars radiate powerful radiation beams. The pulsar's jet of energetic particles illuminates the surrounding gas and dust as it rotates, giving the area the appearance of a glowing hand. The surrounding material glows in X-rays due to the interaction of these high-energy particles, which gives it its green hue. The pulsar's strong energy is really lighting up another nebula, which is seen as a brilliant red cloud of light at the fingers of the hand. This striking image, which like a phantom hand reaching into space, is created by combining colors and forms. Halloween skull in outer space. Astronomers photographed an asteroid in 2015 using radar that uncannily resembles a skull. Just in time for Halloween, the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico recorded this eerie space rock, designated 2015 TB145, on October 30, 2015. How, therefore, did this skull get into space? NASA believes that the asteroid is most likely a dead comet, and it has a fascinating past. Comets that have used up all of their ice and volatile substances are known as dead comets, and as a result, they no longer have the characteristically brilliant, luminous tails. All that's left is a stony core that, in this instance, remarkably resembles a skull. Based on Arecibo's radar scans, 2015 TB145 has a diameter of approximately 2,000 feet and rotates once every 2.94 hours. This indicates that, considering its size, it rotates rather swiftly. It is also fairly black, as seen by the photos, reflecting just 5 to 6% of the sunlight that strikes it. This contributes to its eerie, black look by making it roughly as reflective as charcoal. The audience was captivated by the sight of the asteroid shaped like a skull as soon as it surfaced. Seeing something that resembles a massive skull floating through space is not something you see every day, especially around Halloween. Beyond its unsettling exterior, 2015 TB145 has intriguing scientific properties as well. Skull screaming, with millions of galaxies bonded together by gravity, the Perseus cluster is one of the universe's largest objects. Chandra's X-ray vision showed a scary visage in the heart of this cluster that appears to be in the throes of a fiery scream. Rest assured, no actual skulls were damaged during the process of taking this picture. The outcome of powerful cosmic processes is what we are experiencing. Strong forces at work in the cluster shape the heated gas and X-ray emitting particles that make up the face. The image's bright spots correspond to locations where the gas is heated to millions of degrees, giving off an X-ray glow. It has that eerie skull-like aspect because of the deeper, shadowier areas. The dynamic interactions inside the cluster are what cause the screaming effect. Some galaxies have massive black holes in their centers that eject jets of particles that create cavities in the heated gas. The gas is shaped into spooky, ghostly patterns by shock waves created by these encounters, which ripple throughout the cluster. M63, sometimes referred to as the Sunflower Galaxy, is a magnificent spiral galaxy located in the Canes Venatici constellation around 27 million light-years distant. The way the arms of this heavenly beauty extend from its bright yellow core, evoking the petals of a sunflower, is how it receives its namesake. The Sunflower Galaxy's brilliant, luminous center is the first thing you notice when you look at pictures of it. Older stars abound in its yellow core, giving it a warm golden tint. The spiral arms of the galaxy encircle the center, seeming to loop around it in an uneven and patchy manner. The arms of the Sunflower Galaxy appear to be divided into separate segments, in contrast to the smooth, continuous arms observed in certain other spiral galaxies. Because they are full with blue stars that have just created, these arms are very fascinating. The hot, young stars that were produced from the gas and dust within the arms are what give the arms their blue hue. The Sunflower Galaxy's arms shine so brilliantly because of the radiation these stars generate. With new stars continuously being formed and illuminating the galaxy, it's like a celestial light display. The Dolphin, or Delphinus, constellation is home to the stunning planetary nebula NGC 6891. The Hubble Space Telescope caught this cosmic object in breathtaking detail, revealing its complex and captivating structure. A white dwarf star, the heated core left over after the star lost its outer layers, is located at the center of NGC 6891. The nebula's center white dwarf is its gem, encircled by two ellipsoidal shells that contribute to the nebula's distinctive structure. Gas that was expelled from the star as it approached the end of its existence and formed an impressive double-lobed structure is what makes up these shells. The entire nebula is encased in a blue, spherical outer halo, which lies beyond these ellipsoidal shells. This halo, which is blue in hue due to ionized plasma emitting ultraviolet light, is a holdover from the star's early phases of outer layer loss. The halo gives the nebula a mysterious sheen that makes it appear like a cosmic bubble drifting across space. The Monkey Head Nebula, often referred to as NGC 2174 or Sharpless 2252, is a magnificent starbirth factory situated in the Orion constellation around 6,400 light-years from Earth. This bright nebula, which resembles a massive cosmic monkey head, is a hotspot for the production of new stars. The Monkey Head Nebula, which was photographed by the Webb Space Telescope in 1990, is a magnificent sight that demonstrates the extraordinary beauty and complexity of our cosmos. Fast star birth is occurring in this nebula. The surrounding gas and dust are illuminated by the powerful radiation from young, bright stars, producing an amazing display of forms and colors. The protostars are created when the thick molecular clouds within the nebula collapse due to their own gravity, giving rise to these young stars. These protostars will eventually undergo nuclear fusion and develop into fully formed stars, adding to the Orion constellation's cosmic fabric. Expanding protostar, the mid-infrared instrument on the Webb Space Telescope has caught images of a developing protostar in a different region of the cosmos, Miri. The creation of a new star is shown by this hourglass-shaped picture, which is still encircled by its parent molecular cloud. In cosmic perspective, this protostar is quite young, having formed only 10,000 years ago. The fascinating optical effect of the hourglass shape is produced by light from the protostar bouncing off the gas and dust in the surrounding cloud. Since the protostar is still gaining mass from its surroundings, this phase of star formation is very important. It will eventually gather enough material to start nuclear fusion and develop into a full-fledged star. Knowledge of the life cycles of stars and the development of galaxies requires a knowledge of this process of star creation. A galaxies-based rose, an amazing example of cosmic interaction, the ARP 273 group of galaxies resembles a huge rose in space. The colliding galaxies' gravitational tidal forces have produced this stunning structure. The gravitational attraction of a tiny partner galaxy beneath the bigger spiral galaxy has warped its disk, giving it an almost rose-like appearance. These galaxies have brilliant stars that shine in the ultraviolet spectrum, and they are dancing in space. This contact sets off fresh waves of star formation inside the galaxies in addition to producing aesthetically spectacular shapes. The rose of ARP 273 is a wonderful illustration of the universe's dynamic and ever-changing character, showing how gravitational forces can mold galaxies into stunning and surprising forms. Necklace Nebula. This magnificent nebula has a brilliant ring that is an astounding 12 trillion miles in diameter. It is packed full of luminous stars that give it the appearance of a lovely diamond necklace. The aftermath of a star collision gave rise to the Necklace Nebula. When two stars in orbit were too near to one another, they fused and created an enormous explosion that sent dust and gas into space. The outcome is a dazzling nebula in the shape of a ring that resembles a piece of cosmic jewelry. Two core stars, the remains of the original binary star system, lie at the center of the Necklace Nebula. The surrounding gas and dust attenuate the powerful UV light that these stars release. The gas glows brilliantly as a result of this energy, illuminating the ring and giving it a glittering aspect. That's all the information we have for you today. Share your opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching another episode. While you're here, you can watch more space-related video.